I'm your host, Sarah Baus, and welcome to Attainable Podcast.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Attainable Podcast. I am super glad you're here. I'm super excited for today's episode. We are doing an episode based on, well, we just did our Spotify Wrapped, okay? Posted it on our stories if you didn't see it. To be quite honest, the results were incredibly surprising. I've been doing this podcast for over 2 years, which is insane. But I think everybody says this. I don't really take the time to think about the fact that people listen to the podcast or even that people watch my TikToks or, with social media, it's very weird because it feels very one-sided, even though like people comment. I don't know. It never really hits you. And then if you for Spotify Wrapped, if you're a podcast, like if you have a podcast, I'm assuming if you're an artist as well, you also get a Wrapped basically with your stats on your podcast, your song, whatever, where your listeners are, how many times you were listened to, etc. And I was floored at the results and the metrics. I mean, we span globally, which is insane. And which this inspired this episode because welcome to grandma's like hacks for cleaning, hacks for living, like that episode is, which I knew this, but it's just crazy how much it was listened to. It was our top listened to episode in history. So I wanted to do another one because these hacks, I'm convinced that like there's no better person to teach you about life and doing life than a grandparent. And like my grandma hacks, I've learned from my grandmother, my mom. I've learned from various people in my life. I've learned some from my mother-in-law. Like I've learned them from all over, but I just consider them like grandma's hacks. And me personally, I've taken on the persona of the 25-year-old grandmother. So this is me passing on this knowledge to you, and I will continue to do that. I'm super excited. I've got 10 different hacks for you. I think this will be a nice short and sweet episode. Just kind of us hanging around and me sharing these tips. I'm going to be talking about each of them a little bit, but in general, these can kind of be like, we're just going to run off. These are just things you should know as somebody who keeps a house, keeps an apartment, lives a life. This will make your whole life easier. And of course, a lot of it has to do with cleaning or tidying, but that in general makes life better because I'm not a fan of the oh shit cleans where you look around and you realize your life's a mess and then you have to spend hours. Like I'm not into that. Like I want systems in my life because I want to be able to do other things. Am I obsessed with cleaning? Yes. However, it's one of those things where I'm obsessed with cleaning because I'm obsessed with living. I don't want to feel the burden of a messy house in my brain. I want to be able to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to be able to go off and do things. I want people to be able to come over at random times. Like it's similar to the being a high maintenance person so that you can be low maintenance. Ladies, you might know what I'm talking about. Like when we dye our eyebrows, when we fake tan, when we like go get blowouts, whatever. It's like one time high maintenance quote things so that we can be low maintenance. I dye my eyebrows, so I have to wear less makeup. I don't have to wear makeup, but you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm a little bit more put together in the morning. I fake tan because I think I look better tanner and it makes me feel pretty. And again, less makeup, less just everything, so this is similar. Like these are things to make your life just easier to live. It's putting systems in place so you can go have fun elsewhere and not be doing oh shit cleaning. So let's get on with it. First one, and welcome to grandma's part 2. Keep a rag bin. Okay, keep a and these are, listen, we know these are going to be simple, so don't roll your eyes at me because I would be willing to bet that I would bet everything on my life that you don't have all 10 of these, even though they're extremely simple and they seem like common sense. That's kind of the point. Anyways, keep a rag bin. These can be old towels. These can be, if you have a favorite rag, by the way, if you have a favorite cleaning rag, do not gatekeep. DM me and let me know because I'm still trying to find my favorite like cleaning rag, like, just rags. But anyway, like old towels that you've cut up, whatever, keep a bin, keep a basket, something in your linen closet, in your utility closet. I always you saying utility closet is quite hard for me because forever when I was little, I used to call it a utility closet, like utility closet. And I still, it's one of those things that I still call it a utility closet because I used to call it a utility closet, but now when I actually have to say utility closet, it's become much harder, which is a problem because between you and me and Joseph, we really love Diet Coke, but between us, we call it a Diet Cock. So I don't know, there's just words in my life that I've switched out. And so like between us, like we say, like I could really go for a Diet Coke right now. And then when we're at a restaurant, gotta really watch yourself that you're not looking at look at this waiter in the eye asking for a Diet Coke. Anyway, so keep the rag bin in your utility closet, your linen closet, whatever that looks like for you, but have a rag bin that you can just grab and go for cleaning, throw them in the washer, etc., and then keep moving, whatever. Number two, if you follow me on TikTok, you know this, and we're not gonna harp on it because you could probably already seen it. Get a battery organizer, or at the very least, get a battery basket. So I got this battery organizer and I showed it to Joseph, and I was like, look how cute, like this is so cool, like I've always wanted one of these, whatever. And I was like, so now I have to empty like the battery basket and put it in here. He goes, what battery basket? I was like, our our battery basket where we keep batteries. And he was like, we have a battery basket? I was like, yeah, we have a where do you think we get batteries? He said, every time I need one, I just like went into the remote and stole them from the remote, or I just find a different appliance to steal it from. I was like, what the hell? No, we have a battery basket and now we have a battery organizer. And he's gonna mount it onto the wall at some point. Get a battery organizer, get a battery basket, whatever. Get a central place for batteries. There's a place for everything, and everything has a place, etc. Next things. In your house, as a general rule, there are very few items that shouldn't have a container. You've got a bunch of cleaning supplies under your sink, get a little basket. All of a sudden, your life has changed. You have jewelry on your counter, get a little dish. You have a bunch of snacks in your pantry, get little baskets organized. Your snacks go in the baskets. You like everything. There's not many things that shouldn't have a container. Whether, that container might be a drawer, personally, like unless there's only like one thing you ever keep out in that drawer, the drawer should have containers as well. Organize the drawers, whatever. But really, I want you to look around your space and tell me what doesn't need a basket or some sort of container to fit it in. You have even I've got a bunch of baking soda because it's used for laundry, it's used for cleaning, whatever. I put that in a big jar. Like all the baking soda that I buy just goes in a big jar, so I don't have like this just a shelf of like random things of baking soda. No, it's got a jar. It's got a cute jar with a cute label. It says baking soda, and that's where everything goes. I have under my sink now, and actually I just ordered new stuff. I had like these like kind of rinky-dink baskets, and it was just getting too full. So now those containers are turning into clear drawers, and then another like pull-out drawer thing in front of the sink. But still, you don't just set things somewhere. Everything has a container. The only things that really in your house that shouldn't be in a container, in my eyes, are furniture, obviously, and like decor. You don't put a vase in a container. But if you constantly throw your keys and your wallet down, put a cute little dish. You know what? Like everything, literally everything should have a container. It's a rule to live by. Just take it and go. Next thing, little tippy tip. If you're somebody that brings flowers or has vases of flowers in your home, which is so cute, I love that for you. Add a teaspoon of bleach into the water in the vase every time that you get flowers. It's not going to kill the flowers, I promise. In fact, it makes them last a whole lot longer because what makes your flowers get all nasty is bacteria. So when you have bleach in there, it slows down the production of bacteria. And it's fabulous, and your flowers will last a whole lot longer. I promise. Next, your best cleaning solution is vinegar. There is like we could make a basically like minimalist guide to cleaning of, you can probably, for literally everything from cleaning dishes to wiping you down your bathroom to cleaning the windows, have maximum 5 things in your cleaning kit, if that. But for now, let's just chat about vinegar. Vinegar is your best friend. Get a giant jug of white distilled vinegar, like some off-brand, it doesn't matter. It's going to help it. Look, all hard water stains, if you're cleaning your bathroom, you're cleaning your shower, you're cleaning the toilet, you're wiping down counters, you need a fabric softener. Everybody asks about fabric softener because we have the DIY laundry detergent around here. They're like, what about fabric softener? Vinegar is your fabric softener. And if you want smelly stuff, like, honestly, that's probably going to have to be like an extra thing. You use essential oils, whatever. But if you're just looking for fabric softener, vinegar is your best friend. If it needs to be cleaned, vinegar. If you have a pan that has a bunch of stuff stuck in it, vinegar. If you have like the staining on your like faucets and things, that like the water stains, vinegar. If your shower, you've got a glass door in the shower and it's got the staining of like the water, that's also hard water stains, vinegar. It's just vinegar is your friend. Go buy a giant jug. See, I feel like we're flying through these. This is fun. This is good. All right, next one. This is okay. I did this years ago, and I love that I did this. Create a lost sock bin. And here's how the lost sock bin works. Okay, so you're doing laundry, you have a lost sock. Okay, you cannot find its match anywhere. Goes in the lost sock bin. Now, usually, when it goes in the lost sock bin, I like take a look in the lost sock bin to make sure that its match isn't in that lost sock bin, which a lot of times it is. But, I don't see it, throw it in there. And then when I'm doing laundry, you know, as I'm like folding everything, I'll usually take the lost sock bin out like every once in a while and go through and match any socks that are in the lost, because sometimes, you can't see it and you just throw both socks in the lost sock bin. Do any matches there, and then just kind of take inventory, see if your socks that you are having or folding right now match anything in the lost sock bin, etc. And like, it's amazing because I mean, the bin kind of goes from like, it'll be a little bit full, and then by the time you're done folding, you've matched almost everything. Goal is, of course, to have the lost sock bin be empty. Um, that's not always the case. It's almost never the case because you're going to have a lost sock. But having a lost sock bin prevents you from having a bunch of random single socks, because when you fold your laundry and can't find a match, you just like stick it in your sock drawer and hope for the best and think that you're going to match it later, and you don't. And then you can't find it. And then all of a sudden you can't find the matches to any of your socks. Lost sock bin. I love it. And it's even better if you make it cute. We have ours in our closet. But you can keep it in the laundry room, whatever works for you. What is this? 1, 2, I have my little list. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7. A lot of people want to know some tips for keeping the shower curtain clean. And of course, if you have the little shower, little dish thing, like if the dish scrubbers that you can put the liquid in the handle, keep that in your shower, keeps the shower clean, whatever. So beyond that, and regularly like washing it, the bottom of the shower curtain gets really nasty. Part of it is because it's really freaking long. So one thing you can do is to cut it. It does not need to be as long as it is. It's really just to keep the water out. And so, if you need it to keep stay within the bathtub, put magnets on the bottom of it so that it's a little bit heavy, so it kind of keeps it in there, but it does not need to be as long as it is. So you can just cut a couple inches off the bottom, and that keeps it from bunching up at the bottom. It keeps water from being trapped there. Very simple. There you go. But those are meant to, that is sort of like a disposable item that's kind of meant to be shuffled through. Now, I have washed a shower curtain before. I've 100% put a shower liner. I'll say a shower liner. I have washed a shower liner before. It does work. And you know what's great for that? Vinegar. Just letting you know. Next, so if you have a toilet brush, if you're one of those because there's many different types of toilet brushes. I've been really loving the little disposable Clorox one, has a white handle, and then it's got this little container, and then you like switch out the head of it every time. I really like that. It's the only disposable in my house that I really do enjoy, but I think I still might change that because again, it's a disposable and that's against like everything I believe in. But if you have a toilet brush that has like a little toilet brush container, put a really strong cleaner at the bottom of that container to keep that toilet brush clean, fresh. That's kind of nasty, like it's literally just sitting there collecting bacteria. So keep a really strong cleaner in there. And then it's also always good just to have like a quick little, scrub down whenever you're ready. Fabuloso is a great cleaner to do that because it smells nice and it's very strong. And so that'll keep that from getting really nasty. Nasty. Okay, next. Your bathroom should have washcloths and wipe rags. Again, I said about the rag bin, yes, but in key areas, you should have things easy to access. And washcloths and wipe rags are different. They are different. And when you are using, your bathroom counters are some of the like fastest to get dirty because you have so much product, especially if you're using any sprays or hairsprays or anything like that, like it collects dust. Bathroom counters are atrocious. And then right around the sink and around the faucet of the sink, it's insane. So, but if you always have like some sort of wash rag in easy access, every time you wash your hands, brush your teeth, whatever, just wipe the water off. Just wipe the counter down. Do a quick wipe, whoop whoop, and be done. That way you're not just having this progressive collection of nasty on your counters. Instead, it's a practice that you do and you just keep on wiping it down every time you use it. This is something that I am actively trying to implement. All of these, these are systems that are going to your household. So it's usually habits that you're having to adopt. So something that I've done that I like it, but I think that there's a better way to do it is I use face washcloths multiple times. I don't I mean like wash my face, then I wring the washcloth out, wash the washcloth out, whatever. And then I hang it on like the cabinet door, and then I'll use it the next day. I don't use them more than like 3 times. That's probably my max. But when I'm done with one, then I will take it like after it's washed, wrung out, and I'll wipe the counter with it before I put it in the laundry bin because I'm like, it's like, why not? But part of me feels like I should use washcloths only once, which I'm like, I don't know. That's a conflicting opinion because I'm like, use it more than once because you're not wasteful. And then also don't use it more than once because that's kind of gross. Secondly, I also don't want to be wiping the counter with the what I wash my face with. However, if I'm only doing it like every once in a while and really just once I'm done with that washcloth, do the quick wipe down, I'm like, does it hurt? I don't know. I have this like we have black for was it for Christmas or for the wedding? I'm not really sure. I asked for a big pack of black washcloths, like black Amazon washcloths. They aren't the best quality, but they're great for me. Not great for Joseph because when he scrubs his face, it gets caught in a stubble and it can leave like black fibers on. So I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend them, but they're great for me. And so I know like the black washcloths go in our master bathroom and those are for face washing. Like that is what that's for. We've kind of gone on a whole ramble thing there, but having some sort of rag available to you so you can continuously wipe down the counter as you're using it is going to keep you from having to wipe down the counter and like you're one of your oh shit cleanings. We're avoiding oh shit cleaning. And oh my gosh, this is the final one. Yeah, we ran through those so fast. Final one. And this is extremely important. Never dry a piece of clothing after you have treated a stain on it. Okay? So you treat a stain, you wash clothing. Do not put that in the dryer. Do not put it in the dryer. You take it, I don't care what kind of clothing it is, you take it out of the dryer and you hang it up or you lay it out to dry, whatever that is for you. But do not put it in the dryer. What you'll do is you'll let it air dry and then you'll inspect the stain and then see if it's good to go because a lot of times you can't actually see if a stain is out when the garment is wet, especially depending on the stain. So you let it air dry and then check it. Then you could put it in the dryer. But, say you need to run it again, like run the stain over with treatment again. If you dry that, dried-in stains are borderline permanent. Though, like, if you've dried a stain in, I'm telling you, it's like death. It's not it it's extreme. Even for me, it's the stain queen. It is extremely hard to get out. So that you just don't dry it. Do not dry a stain until it is completely out. I've had to do multiple run-throughs on clothing before. That's part of the stain treatment. Sometimes it needs multiple run-throughs, and if you dry it, you completely take away your options. Do not dry a piece of clothing after you've treated a stain until you've checked that stain is completely gone. There you go. That was 10 grandma hacks. I think we should do these often. Like I have more to share, and I think that these are just fun. Like they're just fun. They're fun to compile, and I think they're extremely helpful. If you love these, please go to our Instagram and let us know, because we'd love to hear from you guys. And if you have any episode requests, we would love to hear them. If you have any guests or any just general episode requests, we want to hear it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this episode today. I hope that you have a fabulous week, a fabulous day, wherever you are. If you did enjoy this episode, please share it with a friend, post it on your Instagram stories, tag us so that we can then reshare it and give you a shout out. And the more that you share the podcast, the more that we can do. So I love you all so very much. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.